traditional with a Burns night toast to rib the lassies, to poke fun at them, to tease them, all while pretending to compliment them. That does seem fun, I must admit, but I will do no such thing. I have slept on the couch. I have had no dinner some nights. I am a fearful man. And so unlike the traditional speech, I am here only to deliver respect to our lassies. On behalf of all the men of Piedmont, whether they approve of my mission or not, I am here to speak all for our hard-working women folk. And so let us start with applause for this food that we have before us. They made us this fine meal. Now, while I myself will not poke fun at the lassies, I will share what other men are saying. Their opinions, if only to refute them. And so I mentioned that I've heard some men here tonight, wrong-headed men, challenge the hard work of our lassies. I have heard them praise the olden day lassies, who stuffed the haggis with their own hands and feet. These lassies had calluses upon their hands and feet, and though they were gross, it was a testament to their love for man and family. Our present-day lassies, they say, only dial a phone and the haggis magically appears. But I can assure you that our lassies have calluses upon their hands and feet too. I have seen them, and they are equally gross. One simply would never know it, because as soon as the rough spots appear, they are rubbed out on Piedmont Avenue at the nail salons.
And rightly so, and rightly so.
Here. In truth, I must concede our lassies do not use their hands very much. And this is a profound loss and surprise for the men of Piedmont, who were assured premaritally that some fancy creative hand use would endure into the marriage. No such luck. But where they do work hard is with their minds. No one can deny. Our lassies have strong working minds. There is an old Gaelic saying, "Ga na choi na queer." Roughly translated, it means the lassies all have calluses and bunions upon their brains. Now think about the hard work the lassies do each time they leave their house. Men, did you know that the lassies actually cross-reference all of their dresses against the other lassies in the neighborhood? The lassie knows which lassie has seen each dress and how long has expired since that time, to see if she can wear the dress again. If a lassie has 30 outfits and 50 friends, that's 1,500 possible combinations. How would a brain sort through such copious information?
They would be calloused. They'd be calloused friends.
Is it any wonder, that was my line, is it any wonder that every lassie was late in getting dressed tonight? And the overwork.
Actually, it was with Lassies. Today.
Well, look at us, of course.
Yeah.
And the overwork just goes on. Only last week, the Male Defence Fund of Scotland released a study of Piedmont internet use. 80% of all bandwidth in the Highlands, in the Piedmont Highlands, was used how? Was it HBO Go or Netflix? No, it was searching the internet for, does anybody know? Boots! High boots, low boots, fluffy boots, boots with laces that don't actually lace. They zipper on the side.
What's wrong with that?
Crinkly boots, waterproof boots.
A better use for bandwidth? I don't know.
In a related study, 80% of the free time of Piedmont men is spent retaping boxes and driving to UPS so as to return ill-fitting Amazon.com boot purchases. These brains never shut off. Is it any wonder they cannot ever sleep? That all of our ladies are sleep deprived? Rob Goto, one of our organizers, told me that last week he rolled over at 4 in the morning and he could hear the awake breathing next to him. It wasn't sleepy breathing, it was awake breathing. And he said, "Are you up?" And she said with no grog in her voice, "Do you think I should have bought the red ones instead of the black ones?"
Red, all the way.
Sleep is required for the brain, lassies. Is it any wonder that our lassies are all a wee bit crazy?
Here, here! Here's the crazy lassies! Yeah!
Personally, my heart goes out to the lassies. Because their brains must think not only for themselves, but for us too.
Indeed.
They must remember for us.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you. My own lassie. My own lassie must remember for me. Just last week she said, "The windshield wipers are not working. We need to change the windshield wipers." And by we, she meant me, of course. Why would she think that I should change the windshield wipers on her car? It is because I changed them last time. And somehow, in some twisted, convoluted way, when they wore down, it was my fault. We means you, dumbass husband, must change the windshield wipers on my car. And every wipe I have been resenting you for 6 months now. Wipe, resent. Right. She reminded me Tuesday and again Thursday and tonight driving over. She says, "We really need to change these wipers." And I'm driving and she adds, "It is dangerous for the children. A messy windshield." And I can see her out of the corner of my eye looking at me. Truth be told, this is a bit frightening. There's a lot more. I'm very sorry. They told me 10 to 20 minutes. I didn't.
That's true, it's good. Keep going.
You got it. You rock it.
We're halfway there.
Well, let's have another toast.
Let's.
Larry, the more we drink, the better you
Let's
get.
go.
It's all good.
With such prodigious brains, it is no surprise that every relationship follows the same trajectory. While many men start out doing the family laundry, eventually all are forbidden from touching the lassie clothing. Why? Because we forget that the yoga pants must not be washed in hot water, only cold. And that bra, that special bra, must go in that special bag, the laundry bag.
What bag?
It has a little zipper on it. Put the bra in there. It's a washing and dryer bag. But though it goes in this special bag and cannot touch the other laundry, it cannot actually be dried. You must take it out of the bag and not put it in the dryer. It must go on the rack and not by the spandex, because that will stretch it.
Wait, toast to his wife for her training method.
So eventually, all men are relegated to folding only. Including me, I don't wash her bras. Folding is victimless. And yet sadly, many of us are not even permitted the dignity of this simple task. We're getting there. And so you can see how our brains shrink from non-usage over the years. So eventually we are sent out of the house with lists. And these lists have headings and subheadings and underlines and exclamation points. Lassies, exclamation points scare the hell out of a man. Because it predicts your response when we screw up. And we will screw up. We will buy iodized salt instead of kosher salt. We will buy a toast, yes. We will screw up.
Exclamation point.
We will buy virgin olive oil instead of extra, extra, extra virgin. We will buy chicken thighs instead of chicken breasts. And eventually when we are in the grocery store and we are panicked because the list says yogurt, it does not say European yogurt or Greek yogurt, and we turn to the lady next to us and we say, it didn't say the country of origin or continent, what should I do? She advises, call her. And so we call, and she does not answer. Yes. She does not answer because her phone is off. Yes, to the Lassie. There is none. And why does she not answer her phone? Because she's getting her bunions rubbed out on Piedmont Avenue. And when we get home...
I think she's stuffing the haggis. Yeah.
And when we get home and she says, why did you buy the wrong salt and the wrong yogurt and the wrong chicken thigh? And we're panicked because we know we're going to have to go out again and repeat the whole cycle. And we say, how can I go shopping? You do not answer your phone. And she says, what happened to you? Can you not think anymore for yourself? And we say, of course I cannot think for myself. I have been married to you for 10 years.